Ricky, you still haven't met me yet? Yeah. This week. All last month it was. Yeah, right? Yep.
Even though they did so much of that, she'll be in the bathroom. Thanks, guys.
You bet. What?
What's a late drink yesterday?
I don't know what.
He sent me a text like 6:30.
The bridge that goes over 80 is closed, so we gotta take an 80 around. Like he's 61? Oh yeah, yeah, he's back right at the overpass right at the end of my street. It's closed down. Yeah, well, they were all fired. Him and Julie were all fired about watching the games, but yeah, they announced it. It's like, yeah, that ain't happening. Yeah. Right, that is progress. Axe throwing? They have a new place in North Park Mall. Throw axes. Sorry. The thing is, we've been throwing axes in my backyard for a year now. That's, yeah, you never know when the zombie apocalypse is coming.
You better believe it. You better believe it, Domer.
Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Good morning, ladies and gents. Welcome to Hy-Vee Today. This is Tony Tone. Couple technical difficult, but again, like if you're watching this on cable tonight, this means absolutely nothing to you. So I'm inclined to sit here and tell you that we're having technical difficulties with Facebook, but ultimately, if you're on cable tonight at 7:30 or 10:30, it means nothing to you. Zip, zilch, zero. You might not even have a Facebook account. You might not even have the internet. You may not have any of that. So don't worry about it. But if you do watch the show on social media, just know that we're taking care of it. But again, if you're watching us on cable, all that matters is that you're here and we're here, and together we're going to get through it. Hey, it's Monday, the 1st of October, and I wanted to mention this right away. We have a produce sack sale going on. You come to Hy-Vee today, and even if you're watching this at 7:30 p.m. or 10:30 p.m., you would still have time to get here. Grab one of these bags and then fill it up with as much produce as you like, and then you'll save 20% off at the register. So we did this a couple months ago, and I also took advantage of this deal, and it was fantastic because I had like muskmelons and different things in my paper bag. What will you fill yours with today? That's up to you. I just want you to know that you can come out to Hy-Vee and get this deal. Make My Monday going on today, Monday, October 1st only. And you'd be surprised at how much stuff you can fit into one of these bags and then save 20% off. I'm happy that I dropped that bag and it didn't fall over. So, okay, I hope you had a good weekend. There was a lot going on. Jeez Louise. Between the Amy Meyer bike ride and the River City Throwdown and the Crossroads Carnival, there was plenty to see and do. Iowa Hawkeye football had a bye, so for a lot of people, they had no idea what to do with all that free time. And heading into this weekend, it's also busy. And on Sunday, October 7th, it's so weird saying October 7th, but here we go. This Sunday, Swamp Stomp is back at Arden Creek, and Hannah Howard is joining the show once again to talk about it. She's the community coordinator with the Nature Conservancy of Iowa. Hannah, thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so glad that you're here. So, all right, Swamp Stomp, Sunday.
Yes, I can't believe it's here either, and that it's already going to be October 7th this Sunday, but it's happening 1 to 6 p.m. at Arden Creek, and everyone should be there. Yes,
you should show up, and you can listen to live music. You can drink some delicious Arden Creek wine. But really, it's about that, but also nature and being outside, and just sort of taking it all in. My wife brought a caterpillar inside of our house the other day. I think this would have been Friday morning. And I thought, like, is this the best idea to have a caterpillar in the house?
Well, actually, a lot of people raise caterpillars inside, and as long as they have the right conditions and a little bit of food and water, I mean, they will be perfectly fine.
So we could start raising caterpillars, is what you're saying.
As long as you know that food source and the host plant, you can use those plant leaves to feed the caterpillar. And so a lot of people just keep them in a ventilated Tupperware, or else they have a wire mesh cage that they can raise them in. And so that caterpillar will need something to grab onto when it does go into its chrysalis and begin to metamorphosize into a butterfly. But this late into the season, it's probably better that it's inside versus outside right now with these chilly temps coming on fast.
Yeah, we put it back outside. So shout out to you, caterpillar. All the best. It was like a little black. It looked hairy. I don't know. I didn't hold it. And again, it's not that I'm a giant wuss. I was just sort of like, oh, there's a caterpillar in the house by choice. Good.
Your wife is just using your maternal instinct, trying to help out a fellow creature.
Save the baby caterpillar. All right. So not caterpillars necessarily on Sunday, but for folks that show up to Arden Creek for Swamp Stomp, they get on a bus, and then you're taking them. How far exactly are you going from Arden Creek to Swamp White Oak Preserve?
It'll just be a short 5-minute drive down the road, and we'll have live animals. We'll be having some turtles there that people will be able to handle, and then we'll release. And then we'll also hopefully have some smallmouth salamanders. Of course, with the current flooding that's just happened on the river and that is still going on earlier this week, we may not have that, but regardless, we will have an activity outside and go for a short little hike no matter where we end up.
Good. So. I mean, just think about that. So if you've been to Arden Creek before, just 5 minutes away from Arden Creek, you are
just
like
heading down
G28 in nature.
On west. Oh yeah.
Just
as
that
soon
quickly,
as you head down G28 past Arden Creek and start going and you cross the Cedar River, all of a sudden you just see an expanse of wild areas, and it's no longer just crop fields or farms, but you have forests all along the river, and just it's a really unique wild area. And so this is a great chance for us to showcase that, to celebrate that special nature, and to get people outdoors that may not otherwise get a chance to.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, and that's what we saw last year, where people were so pleasantly surprised with like how much they learned. I felt like it was a great teaching tool, Swamp Stomp, last year. I was there. I watched these reactions. I mean, seeing a young person's face light up when they're at an event like that is so priceless. But even some of the adults, and I don't just mean like mom and dad, like there were some groups of older people, and they really had a good time. Like they were coming back talking about what they saw when they were out, and you just feel good when you get outside and breathe it in. And I think this is an important time to do it, because I say this all the time, but I want to have a fall season. I don't want to go straight to winter.
Oh, I love fall. It's a beautiful time to get outside, and some of these colder temperatures do kill the mosquitoes, so that's always nice when you're out hiking. But I love the season change, the fall colors, and it's just, fall's a really great time. Summer isn't the only time to get out and enjoy nature.
Hannah Howard, mosquito murderer. Let's keep that picture right there, bro. Go back to that one. Where is that exactly?
Yeah, so that's at our Swamp White Oak Nature Preserve.
Wow.
And what's really unique about this preserve is that it's swamp white oaks that are the larger, dominant, older trees that make up the canopy there. And then we have other species like sand prairie plants.
Sure.
Like clematis and dotted mint and other things that make up that understory. And it's just a really diverse landscape, and not what you might expect when you're in a floodplain right next to the river.
Yeah, I mean, the size of that tree makes you feel like you're on some type of like safari. I've never been on a safari, but just seeing something that expansive, that's great.
Yeah, and I mean, those trees are older than both of us.
Right.
They're probably 200 years old or older.
That is older than
and so
me, Hannah.
It really
Thank
does
you.
put things.
I'm not that old.
It puts things into
though.
perspective.
Yeah.
When you see a tree that's been around and seen more than we'll ever see in our lifetimes, and will still outlive us and be here after we're gone.
I wonder with some of the severe weather, and unfortunately today, October 1st, and if you're watching this on cable tonight, hopefully you're okay, because we do have a chance for severe weather. When those storms roll through, do any of these 100, 200-year-old trees ever get damaged? I feel like that would be depressing to see that.
Yes, it is hard,
Sure.
But when we're working here in the area, we've kind of moved to a large landscape scale in our conservation work. And so, yes, it is hard to see a beautiful, large, old oak tree get some damage, whether it be wind or weather or lightning strike, or even flood damage. A lot of our older trees, when those roots are underwater for sometimes a month or more at a time, they lose oxygen and can no longer survive. And so trees like that can get root rot and die. And so while it's hard for us to see, that's nature. And so we're looking at it in big picture, and that's why it's important for us to not only conserve those old oak trees, but also larger landscapes in the floodplain and even on the uplands, so that we can ensure that even with these floods, we'll be able to preserve those large old oak trees that provide so much habitat for our wildlife, birds, and insects.
What are some of the questions that you get all the time? And like, what do you anticipate, when you're at Swamp Stomp this Sunday, you're leaving Arden Creek and you're getting out in the Swamp White Oak Preserve? What are some of the questions that people will have? I imagine that for folks whose first time it is getting out there, they might not be saying a lot because they're just taking it all in.
Right.
But what do you hear most often at work? Like, is it just as far as like where people should go, or is it when you're out and about with people and they're just,
Yeah, sometimes it's where we should go. Right now we're working on getting some new preserve signs and parking lot areas in, so we're really excited about that, so that we can make our preserves more accessible to Muscatine and the surrounding communities. But mostly people want to know about the wildlife, and they also want to know why things do look so different and things are so open, because it, again, like I said, it doesn't look like a typical floodplain forest. It's not dark and crowded with our large old silver maples. It has a lot more diversity, and so there's always a lot of interesting questions, and of course it just depends on who you have out there. Little kids will have the cutest questions, and it just, things that you wouldn't think of asking.
Sometimes kids just say things like, you'll be like, does anybody have a question? And they'll put their hand up and they'll be like, that's a turtle. And you're like, that is a turtle.
Or they like to tell stories. Like one time we had a turtle in my grandma's pond, and they will go off and
then every other kid has the same turtle story that's not true. I had Ninja Turtle once. I saw Ninja Turtles. That's exactly how it happens. Hey, Betsy,
Yeah.
could you hand me that sign that Hannah brought down there? I want to hold this up, and I want people to see it. You always bring the best props. Thank you, Beth. Look at the size
Yes.
of this. All right. Who is your printer? Look at this
Sign
thing.
Pro. They're
Jiminy
great to work
Cricket,
with.
You can't even... This covers my persons, Hannah. Look at this. This is great. All right. So this is exactly what's happening this coming Sunday.
1 to 6
Celebration. Is the time wrong on the thing?
No, it's 1 to
good.
6
All right.
p.m.
I'm just making sure. All right. My cuticles look bad. Let me hide my fingers. Second annual Swamp Stomp Celebration of Nature at Arden Creek. Oh, but wait, Betsy. There's a whole schedule
There's
on
more.
the back side of this. Frankie Joe and the Kinfolk right there. Hey, look, I'm actually doing it right with pointing at the sign while trying to not be backwards. This is great. That looks like a graphic online, but that's me holding this up. Or did you switch to the graphic online? No. Is that still me, Ryan? Let me see if I move
But
it
I
a
do
little.
like to
There we
point
go.
out, so if it is a little bit chilly, we
Yes.
still are going to be going out on their bus tours and on the preserve. So those are at 1:30 and at 3:30. So dress appropriately, wear long pants, and wear some closed-toed shoes, and that will ensure you'll have a much better time out there. But of course, we welcome everyone to go on those tours. We have 2 buses, so we have the opportunity to take up to 80 people out at each tour.
So great.
Yep,
All right.
and then we'll also have an amphibian and reptile program from 3:30 to 4.
How much is this going to cost me?
This is free. Everything is free.
There's
so we
a
don't want there to
question.
be anything to keep people away from attending and celebrating nature. So all of the face painting is free. There's live interactive displays from our partners that are going to be educational. We've got yard games, including bocce ball, bags, ladder ball, things like that. And of course, wine tasting and bluegrass music.
Yeah, that just goes hand in hand. And I, sitting here, I'm thinking, like, I was just going to say, it would be hard for me to have someone say that they've not tried an Arden Creek wine. But I don't want to sound like a wino, but their stuff is really great.
It's excellent.
It
Whether
is
you like
really
the
great.
drier stuff
Yep.
or if you like the sweet fruity things or even their new Johanna. I really like all their wines, and I just think
Yeah.
it's such a neat atmosphere at the winery, and especially for this event. It really works out perfectly with the big open expanses.
Yep.
And last year we had big blue skies. You could see the rolling vineyard below, and they have this huge old oak tree
Yes,
that's
they do.
over a few hundred years old, and so that's just kind of a neat setting.
It is a wonderful place to have an event like this, and you can see Mike Furlong in the picture right there. Just good people, and I know that when you put an event together, you want to have support from the community for sure, which you have, but that partnership with Arden Creek just makes total sense. I mean, they have the parking, they have all the space that you need. It
Exactly,
doesn't
and
hurt
they're
that
right
they
down
make
the
great
road.
wine, and they're right down the road, right? Because it would be so hard. Like, I can't even think of another location where you could tell people to meet at to then go out to Swamp White Oak, right? Like, there's no other central location. Like, even if you told someone the exact coordinates or location for the Swamp White Oak Preserve, they'd probably be like, I don't know what you're talking about. But you tell them, like, you've heard of Arden Creek. Okay, you can pull Arden Creek up on your phone. You'll park, get out, have fun. And I promise you, your kids will have a blast. Like, you'll have a good time. And you can kind of see how Arden Creek sets up when they host events. And I bet people are looking at that thinking, like, that's a lot of people. Yeah, you know what? People enjoy going out there.
Oh, definitely.
And then there's a lot of people that want to experience nature but don't know where to start. So for you and your job as a community coordinator with the Nature Conservancy in Iowa, you have to feel so proud or prideful that you're going to take people out on Sunday that have never been to the Swamp White Oak Preserve, have maybe know nothing about it, but then will be coming back or telling their friends. That word of mouth is very powerful, isn't it?
Oh yeah, and it's been so great. There's been a lot of buzz about Swamp Stomp this year. Folks are excited to come out, so we're hoping for good weather, but either way, it'll happen, rain or shine. We do have a town hall reserve in case of rain, so we really do want folks to come out no matter what. It's going to be a great event, and we do have a lot of free door prizes there that people can win. So we'll have Swamp Stomp t-shirts, and we'll have ball caps, sunglasses, all kinds of fun stuff for any ages.
Cool.
And then also we want our listeners today to be able to win a door prize or two. So if you're watching live, please comment on this Facebook video with a reason why you like to get out in nature. Do you like to hike, paddle, go fishing, hunt? What is it that gets you outside? And we will choose some winners here to win some free Swamp Stomp t-shirts at the event.
I love it. Ryan Broderson, why do you like to get out in nature? You're the one with the ponytail. Is that a bad stereotype? Betsy also has. Betsy's like, I get a ponytail. I know you like nature too, don't you? Yeah.
Well, and
I have a dress shirt on. I don't like nature. Look at me. No, I'm kidding. I love nature. I do.
Speaking of your shirt,
yes,
I did bring you a Stomp shirt, Tony.
Yes.
And we also have some shirts for the rest of the crew that have been so great in helping us promote Swamp Stomp for Chad, Betsy, and Ryan.
You don't have to.
Yes,
give one to
of
Ryan.
course.
No, we'll give one to
not
Ryan.
Everybody else, but not Ryan.
Well, I was going to give him that mum that's behind him over there, but that's amazing.
That was
All
a
right.
nice gift.
Look at these, and you're wearing the shirt, but this is such a nice. Thank you. This is a great gesture. I love the band.
I do
and
too.
tell me again the amphibians that are making up the
so
band.
we've got a snapping turtle.
Okay.
And
he's got it on the screen.
Yep, an American toad.
Cool.
And a little frog there, and a tiger salamander. So.
That is so great. This is fantastic. So yeah, it's going to be a good time for sure. It's this Sunday, second annual event. You've worked really hard, and I feel like you've done such a great job making people aware that this is happening. It doesn't matter if it's 100 degrees or 50 degrees. It's Iowa. We're used to weather shifting. You have clothes to dress accordingly if you need to.
And there is a fire pit at Arden Creek.
Yeah.
So that'll be going.
Ryan Brothers will start a fire if you want him to.
And I love that Arden Creek has such a great setup. You can bring your own lawn chairs, blankets, and just camp out and make yourself cozy and at home. You can bring your own snacks. We'll also have Rick's Ribs catering there.
Ooh.
So it's a really great family-friendly option that's going to have some pulled pork barbecue sandwiches and some smoked chicken sandwiches.
Cool.
But then we also want it to be affordable for all families. So we also have hot dogs, which are going to be $2. So it's all going to be very affordable for everyone.
Yeah, maybe you're an adult that just is cheap, so you can get a hot dog, right?
I still love hot dogs.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong. I just like that the
guy.
guy's business is called Rick's Ribs.
He actually is.
There better be a Rick making the ribs. That's all I want.
It is Rick,
right,
and
good.
he actually runs Mad Marv's. So if any of you are familiar with the tasty wings and stuff at Mad Marv's, he really does a phenomenal job, and you can't go wrong with pulled pork. And I'm excited to have bluegrass music and the smell of barbecue going.
Yeah.
I just feel like that's going to set the mood for Swamp Stomp.
This is totally America in the fall. All you need now is to capture a baby bald eagle and nurse it back to health and teach it to sit on your shoulder. Now, listen, I was talking with a friend of mine. I had to run up to Bettendorf to pick up a baby glider, a rocker chair. My friend had one for sale, and were cheap. And they live like in this weird part of like Bettendorf, Pleasant Valley. Anyways, here's their house. Here's the Mississippi River. And then there's this island right across. And he said the bald eagles that they see. And he said a couple years ago, he was in his front yard. I guess it would technically be his front yard. And a bald eagle swooped down and almost picked up his neighbor's small dog. And he was like, I freaked out because this thing's wingspan was like 6 feet long. He's like, I'd never seen a bald eagle that close. And I was like, you live on the river. But that's what, like, people will come to this part of the country, whether it be the Quad Cities, certainly in Muscatine.
Oh, definitely.
And eagle watch. I mean, it happens. And I've seen them flying around. I've also seen a couple turkey. There's a great picture of a bald eagle. A lot of turkey vultures.
Oh, yeah.
Those kind of bothered me. Or are they buzzards or are they the same thing?
They are turkey vultures, and it's nothing to worry about. They actually feed on dead carrion. And so this time of the year, they're actually getting ready to migrate.
Okay.
And so that's why you kind of see them in large numbers. And so a lot of times they take advantage of the roadkill on the side of the road and feast on that. But they're just gathering energy for their migration, and they will never attack any of your live pets or anything like that. And,
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Now I'm starting to think of the espresso and the coffee's kicking in a little bit. Have you ever been dive bombed by a starling bird?
I have not, but I have been with friends that have been dive bombed by red-winged blackbirds. They're
Maybe
the really loud blackbirds that have that red and yellow stripe on their wing. And they get really aggressive. If you get near their nest, they will dive bomb you. And I've had some friends on the bike trail, as they've been biking, have actually gotten dive bombed by one of those red-winged blackbirds.
So that happened to me.
Really?
Ew, goo, look at those things.
Oh, they're not so bad.
I was, it was like the West Liberty High School class of 77 reunion, and it was at this place in Iowa City, and these birds were like that close to my head, and I guess I was close to their nest. What I'm saying is, like, I get a little concerned when I'm in the backyard with the kids and I see these turkey vultures doing this move. I know that they're seeing something that's dead that they're probably going to pick, but one day there were like 6 of them kind of above the house, and I thought, like, if I have to get a wiffle ball bat,
You don't have to worry about that.
I'm
with
going to
turkey
protect the
vultures.
house. Like goo, look at those things.
And
Come
so an
on.
interesting fun fact is their heads are actually bald so that when they put their heads into these dead animals that have a lot of bacteria and things going on, they will actually be able to easily clean off their head and they won't get any gross infections or any things in their feathers. That's actually why they have their bald head.
Do they really serve a purpose though? I'm not calling for
Sure
an
they do.
extinction of the turkey vultures, but they bother me.
You know, one thing
You
that
can change my mind if you want.
One thing that I think it's fun to point out is that everything in nature really does have a purpose. And so even though we may not really find turkey vultures very attractive, they're kind of the recyclers in the bird world. They're able to clean up
I'm good
some of
with
the
recycling.
carcasses and
Yeah.
things. And then things like mosquitoes. Those are food for dragonflies, fish, bats. And,
Are you making the case for mosquitoes right now?
I'm not, but I'm saying even things like poison ivy.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, that actually has a place. I don't like it. I'm very allergic. But the berries of poison ivy actually feed up to 75 different species of wildlife.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding. And so actually they have white berries, but you barely ever see any berries on the plant. And this
Yeah.
is the time of the year where you might see those berries.
Oh my
But they're
gosh.
eaten so quickly by wildlife, you typically don't see them.
Hannah Howard making the case. If you were running for office right now, I would be like, stop making the case for mosquitoes and poison ivy. That's your is that poison ivy
So I don't
berries?
think
Is that what?
they're quite ripe there,
Oh
but
my
they are in
gosh.
kind of clusters along the vine.
I have never
And they're
seen
an important
that.
food source. So I think that things like mosquitoes, turkey vultures, poison ivy, I mean, they all just, while we may not like them, they do serve a purpose and do have a place.
I can't get you to talk bad. You will not speak ill on any nature, and that's great. The Nature Conservancy would be very proud that I sat here and tried to get you to say disparaging comments about mosquitoes.
This is a test.
Turkey
wasn't it?
vultures, even poison ivy. You're okay with. I've told you that I've tried to not run over snakes in my backyard when I've been mowing
And I
the
appreciate
grass.
that. That's great. I wish more people could understand that snakes are really our friends. They're
They
helping
are.
control
They are.
small rodents like mice and things that might get into our basement.
Yeah.
So the friendly garden snake is fine. You know?
I've even turned over a new leaf with spiders. I was
That's great.
I was sweeping my garage the other day, and a spider walked out of the garage, and it was so big that it waved hello, and it was actually texting. That's how big
Really?
this thing was. And I was like,
Wow.
so I just kind of nudged it with the broom. I was like, go, but at the same time, that spider's eating all the bugs, keeping us safe.
It is.
Now that doesn't mean that I want to like get down and hold up that spider or shake its hand,
Right.
but I'm trying to do better when it comes to nature. I'm not the only one, and that's why when you talk about getting outside, if you have a chance to get outside with an expert, right, you take that opportunity. And if you have kids or grandkids, nieces or nephews, if you're an empty nester and you just want to get out and about, this is what it's all about. I promise you'll have fun. I was there last year, and unless my third child makes her grand entrance sooner than I was expecting, like, I don't think she's been born yet. We're planning on coming out. And listen, even if she is born, at that point, my wife will probably be like, can you get the kids out of the house for a while? 18 months, maybe.
Right.
So that'll be my role as a new father, is entertaining my kids. And this is
Right.
such a great opportunity to do so. You'll really learn a lot, and I promise that you're going to have a good time. I'm the kind of person that I try and experience as many different things as I can, and I've been fortunate to be able to do that with my careers over the last 11 years as a working adult. So this is definitely something that I implore you to check out. Second
Yes.
annual Swamp Stomp.
Please come.
Live music, vino, but getting out in the nature. And this is really exciting right here, the amphibian and reptile program with
Yes.
Muscatine County Conservation. I saw Dave Bakke and Michelle Burns and the crew because I took my oldest lad last Thursday. We killed some time at the Environmental Learning Center, and it was great. It really is. I enjoy talking to people like that, yourself included, and I know that they're going to do a good job with that program.
Oh, definitely.
Aren't they?
They've got a live tiger salamander. They have live turtles and live snakes that kids can actually see face to face in a safe space. We have that's going to be set up on the grass with some hay bales set around. They'll actually be able to interact with those animals. And Dave and Michelle always do a great
Yes, they do.
presentation when it comes to that, and always make it fun for the kids. And Dave Bakke joined us last year, and this year it's going to be Michelle Burns, and I'm really excited that they came back and are offering this again.
They're great. I just got a text that my wife is going to be induced this morning. So there you go. I
Oh,
wasn't going to
that's
share that
exciting.
with Ryan Broderson, but I'll share it with Hannah and Betsy
Well-
and Chad. Hello, Ryan.
It worked out perfectly. I knew that you had a new baby
Yes.
coming on the way, so the Nature Conservancy would like to give you a little gift
Yes,
for your
that's
upcoming
cool.
baby.
Is it a moth?
No, this is actually
good.
a Karner blue,
I knew
which is a
that.
kind of butterfly. And so this can be something fun, really soft that your baby can play with.
Cool.
And hopefully we can have it be a nature lover
Thank
early
you.
on in its life. And it's
Yeah.
going to be a girl, is that correct?
Yes, Lucy.
Yes.
So is it multicolored or what am I? I'm dumb. So these are the top part of the wings? Betsy, help me out here. Help me,
This
Hannah.
is the top part.
Okay.
And so a lot of times butterflies
I don't
will have a
know.
lot of different colors, and they're
Right.
always so beautiful and charismatic. This isn't one that we have in our area, but I did have this in our office, and so
That's awesome. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
of
Yeah,
course.
I will take this with me to the hospital, and then I will just perch it on my shoulder during labor. And this baby will be brought to you by the Nature Conservancy. And since the baby is now sponsored by the Nature Conservancy, my wife will not have any pain medicine. She'll do it all
Very
natural.
natural.
Right?
I'm sure Casey will love
That
that.
was Ryan Broderson's idea.
Does she know about this yet?
No, I hope she's not watching. I hope everybody's
I don't
watching.
know if I want her to be watching this.
So remember, if you want a chance, doesn't this look great perched on my shoulder? If you want a chance to win some free stuff, jump in the comment section and let us know what you enjoy about nature and getting out and about. And Hannah has some swag for you to win
Definitely.
potentially. This is great. This is a great day for you to be here. What people don't know is that you've known my wife for a long time. She's known your
Yes, we
family.
actually used to be next door neighbors
Right.
growing up.
So this is awesome. This is very appropriate to have you here, and I appreciate this very much. So again, y'all, Swamp Stomp this Sunday. And,
Rain or shine.
Yeah, and now you understand why I have this 3-shot of espresso keto-friendly drink.
Yes,
Because
I
it's
do.
going to be a long day.
Yes,
for
and I wish you
me.
the best of luck.
Thank
this is
you.
so exciting.
It's going to be very hard on me to sit there and, have my hand squeezed to death. By the way,
You might want to take some Tylenol.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'll pass her the butterfly. What's it called again? The butterfly.
Karner Blue,
Karner
yes.
Blue. There, it says right there. Honey, squeeze the Karner Blue. Don't squeeze my hand. The last kid, my hand was bad. Maybe I'll just bring Ryan Broderson and she can squeeze your hand. All right.
Yeah, she
very
won't
good.
even notice that it's his hand and not yours. She'll
No. All right. Thank you for coming on. I'll hope to see you this Sunday. At
Sounds
this point,
good.
like I said, we definitely want to get out and support this event. It is really a good one. Swamp Stomp this Sunday at Arden Creek, 1 till 6. Hannah Howard with the Nature Conservancy in Iowa. Thank you for being here. Let's
Thanks
go
for
to the
having me.
CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam if we could. And we'll send Betsy off in the Toyota Muscatine cart cam in just a moment. Betsy, today you're going to be taking the cart cam to the hospital. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. You have to have the Toyota Muscatine cart cam in the delivery room, Betsy. All right. Hey, look, pumpkin spice. We found more pumpkin spice items, I think. Is that little Debbie? Can we pull the email address off the screen for a second just so we can get a look at little Debbie? Hey, oh, there she is. Yes. A couple of years ago, thank you again, Hannah. This is awesome. A couple of years ago, Will Ferrell was on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and he came dressed as Little Debbie. It was like the most funny random thing I've ever seen. So that's great. All right, yeah, so the fall pack's available. I don't really think that's pumpkin spice flavored. Is it just themed like fall? Possibly. We'll find out. Well, here's what I know. It is the first day of October, and I enjoyed the start of the month of October. I'm a fan of Halloween and Halloween costumes and going trick-or-treating. I enjoyed trick-or-treating as a kid, and as a parent now, I have to make sure that my kid's candy is okay. I probably won't inspect as much candy this year as I did last year, but you still want to be able to get out and have fun. I need ideas for Halloween costume though. I'm struggling a little bit. I usually have a pretty creative Halloween costume. Last year I went as Georgie from It. The year before I was 11 from Stranger Things. Pulled it off pretty good. Like that was before you could go to the Halloween costume store and buy the full costume. So I don't mind putting the character together. I've gone as Guy Fieri from Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, complete with a pinky ring. You want me to wear the pinky ring one day, Betsy? Okay, we'll break out the pinky ring just for Betsy. So if you have any suggestions on what I should be for Halloween this year, send me an email, hyveetoday@gmail.com. My haircut looks decent on the old monitor here on the set. I'm glad that I got that done. Shameless plug for great clips. All right, Betsy, Toyota Muscatine car cam, before we forget. I wonder if you could take a gander down the baking aisle here at Hy-Vee, because today is National Homemade Cookie Day. So if you are going to make cookies yourself, we've got certainly everything you need. If you don't have the time to make cookies yourself, the bakery has them ready to go. You don't have to worry about it. But Betsy will take you down aisle number, looks like she's going down aisle number 6, which is going to have everything that you need when you're going to do some baking. It's also National Hair Day. Hey, how's your hair looking this morning? Everybody having a good hair day, Ryan Broderson? Yes? All right. Good. Did you know that it was National Hair Day? You know now, don't you? You're going to condition it tonight. Yeah. And put a little product in it, maybe. So Betsy's showing you the Toyota Muscatine car cam, the baking aisle, National Homemade Cookie Day, National Hair Day, and it's National Child Health Day. Very appropriate if you're going to be having a baby today on the 1st of October. Want your kids to be healthy and happy, so there you go. Talk about baking options, right? Look at that. I mean, the entire aisle. There's stuff that all you got to do is throw an egg in. Some stuff you just put a little bit of water in there and you're all set, ready to go. And there's Rita working hard at the front of the store. All right. Do we have Muskie Express football highlights from Friday? Yes, I'm being told yes. Muskie football lost in a shootout to Pleasant Valley. Wow. Did Tim Nimley rush for 250 yards? Is that what I heard? Unbelievable. So the Muskies did not win against Pleasant Valley, but it was a great game, and we have some highlights we'll look at right now, courtesy of the Muskie Express. Muskie football home this Friday, senior night, if I'm not mistaken. Senior night for the Muskies. Check this out. Wow, Tim Nimley is good at football. Nice tackle. Oh. Muskie Express. I'll tell you what, that one, oh, hello. Hello, little, I keep forgetting the name. Carner Blue. There we go. Those Muskie Express highlights are so great. That perspective from the back of the end zone, they look like a video game. Like, there's some professional games. I watched, like, the Bears game yesterday when they won. If the Bears could play the Tampa Bay Bucks every week, they would go to the Super Bowl. They looked so good yesterday. But that perspective from the backside of the end zone, that's pretty wild. Like, you don't get to see that. You don't get to see that often. Like, you felt like you're in the game at that moment. That was super cool. So, we would have liked the outcome to be a little different for the Muskies, but certainly look forward to a full house this Friday for senior night at Muscatine High School. A little bit of a recap from this past Friday night light action. So the Wilton Beavers were victorious at Wapello. Muskies fell to Pleasant Valley. We showed you highlights from that, which is unfortunate, but I do think that this Muskie team has learned a lot, and boy, they are exciting to watch, and we, of course, would love them to get a win this Friday. West Burlington blanked by the West Liberty Comets 39-0. Way to go, West Liberty Comets. L&M Falcons fell to Comanche 22-33. And is that it? Oh, here we go. Mediapolis. Wow. 95 points were scored in the Mediapolis-Columbus game. Not to be outdone, the Mount Vernon Mustangs scored 68 points. Jeez Louise. These are some unbelievable scores, I tell you what. And Durant, big win over the Cardinal Comets, 56-6. Friday Night Lights action from last Friday. More fun to come this Friday, certainly, and we'll talk more about that. Now, what I will say is that this show will happen Wednesday and Friday. That's my plan, to have guest host Wednesday, guest host Friday, and then probably the same thing next week. If that changes, we'll let you know via social media and how we do. This Carner Blue is just hanging out. I dig it. Before we get out of here, let's do the team staffing job board, and then we will wrap up, and I will probably head out the door and go have a baby soonish, which is cool. So if you or someone you know needs a job, team staffing and Lake Park Boulevard is going to put you to work. This is a material planner starting at $15 an hour. Our friend Mary has this opportunity for you. 563-316-7634, Team Staffing Solutions. Over 1,200 people at work right now because of team staffing, which is very exciting. Let's see what else is on the job board. This is Jenny, first shift shipping and receiving, now hiring. That's fantastic. You can email Jenny your resume. You could call Katie if you want to. 563-316-7639. Get that job today. Thanks to Team Staffing. The Carner Blue is just hanging out. And last but not least on the Team Staffing job board, one more opportunity available for you. This is a first shift CNC machine operator. Contact Team Staffing Solutions. $16 to $18 an hour. They will get you all taken care of. You can walk in and apply for a job. You can visit them online. Check out their social media. Team Staffing Solutions, Lake Park Boulevard, right here in the Pearl City. All right. Thank you for watching Hy-Vee Today. Appreciate it. Thanks to Hannah Howard with the Nature Conservancy in Iowa. Don't forget, Swamp Stomp is back this Sunday. Swamp Stomp, Arden Creek, starts at 1 o'clock. Great time. Get outside, enjoy nature. Bring the whole family to that event. I promise you'll have a good time. And we look forward to seeing you there. And please, again, if you go out to these events, have fun. Ask a lot of questions, take pictures, and then tell your friends that missed out. That's the one way that we can all take care of each other, is have good experiences and then share them with one another, right? And hopefully people watching this that have seen us talking about Swamp Stomp will go out and have fun and get outside. Delmer's going to be there, ladies and gentlemen. Delmer's going to be wrestling a snapping turtle this Sunday at Swamp Stomp at Arden Creek. He's already shaking his head yes. Snapping turtles love cheese, Delmer, just like you have in your hand right there. Boom. Circle gets the square, sir. All right, thanks for watching Hy-Vee Today. Thanks to CBI Bank and Trust, Toyota Muscatine, and Team Staffing. I will probably see you all in 2 weeks is my plan. And until then, gonna go take care of business. Right, Betsy? We're gonna take care of business. Yeah, that's all I have to say. We're having another kid in my family, and we're really excited about it. And we'll keep you posted on how all that goes. Ryan Broderson will be live from the delivery room. Streaming live on location. Dressed in OR scrubs. Right? Who is that masked man? Tony, it's me. Oh, hey, Ryan. I mean Dr. Broderson. Dr. Broderson, MD. Right? That's right. That could be you. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in 2 weeks, and this show will be back on Wednesday. Bye.
Thanks for watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community. Questions? Comments? Know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.